Hey guys, it's TRAFFICONS and we're back with another video. Here on this channel, we talk about cars, we build cars, and we race them. Intro. Today we will be talking about the Foxbody Mustang. Not only the Foxbody Mustang, but we're also going to be talking about drag racing and how to build a very fast Foxbody Mustang. And this is my personal opinion and how I would build mine. The first thing we would want to do is obviously get a Foxbody Mustang. When going and picking a platform, it's almost like in the drag racing world, you have to almost see what already works and pick something in that realm. From my understanding, a lot of the cars that tend to have like more popular backings, like the Hondas, the Mustangs, cars that were built a lot, tend to have the most aftermarket support, aka the Foxbody Mustang, where it was almost 2 million Foxbodies produced. And just as years progress, the cars get faster and faster, technology gets better and better, and the actual tools and equipment gets better and better. But one thing that's overlooked, especially with a lot of older cars, is the weight. Today's weight of vehicles are just way, like, now they're getting back lower to what they used to be, but the weight of the current cars compared to the older cars with less technology, less equipment, less just features as a whole, those cars are just built like very lightly. Like, I would say a Foxbody Mustang and a Corvette virtually weigh similar, but like look at the chassis platform and look at how much space you get in the Foxbody versus a Corvette. Same with like the old Novas. Like, you tend to see a lot of older cars in racing because those cars do tend to be like roughly 27, 28, 2,900 pounds from factory just because of the way it was built. Going further, so in the drag racing thing, obviously we need wheels, tires, transmission, we need a rear end, shocks, a cage if you go past a certain speed, obviously, and something to tune. Additionally, we need a motor. So let's go into that. The first thing we're going to need, what I like to start off, is the engine. So you can use the original 5.0 that comes in the Foxbody Mustang. Me personally, I recommend like going LS straight out the gate, just for the simple fact that it's a lot easier to make power and they're everywhere. You can find a 5.3 virtually anywhere, and strap that on with a turbo. By any chance, those can easily get you 1,000. If you want to ride that back down a little bit for more consistency, obviously you need to upgrade the heads, change the cam, and put better springs and give it a lot of ring back, to tell you the truth. Don't give it too much to where it's so much blow by, but just enough to compete with the amount of boost that you're going to give it, because obviously we need this Foxbody to go fast. Next, me personally, I'm a Harley Terminator fan. There's probably better. Another thing that I see a lot of people also do is maybe MSD, but I say Harley for drag racing just for the simple fact that it's easy. It tunes the car very well, and it's very common. One thing we want to stick to in the drag racing thing is we want to stick to common, like how common it is, because it's easy available and readily available for more parts and assistance by others. You don't want to go with something that's super rare and intricate that no one can help you on. Harley is known by virtually anyone and everybody. There's YouTube videos across the globe on how to tune it and this and that and different settings. So let's just play it safe. After that, we're going with the Power Glide. On Facebook Marketplace, you can get a lot of Power Glides. Obviously, I wouldn't say use it straight from Facebook Marketplace, but obviously we're going to get it sent off to get it rebuilt, and the Power Glide is perfect. So obviously you would need to build it past the original standard factory one. So I would say the original one is probably rated for about 400 horsepower. You build it up a little bit, probably cost you extra 1,000, 2,000 more dollars, but that would get you roughly the 800 to the 9 to 800 horsepower capability of transmission. And we need a big transmission cooler on this bad boy, just for the simple fact that TH400s, I mean, that's it, run that back. We're running with the TH400, not a Power Glide. The TH400s, you need a big transmission cooler for them, just for cooling capabilities. They can get very hot. This was a transmission that was built probably like 70 years ago, but obviously if we're going drag racing and we're just going to be doing passes, maybe for drag and drive or no prep racing, just a transmission cooler is just necessary for automatic transmission in general, but the bigger the better when it comes to a TH400. They're all over Facebook Marketplace as mentioned, so you need to copy one of those bad boys. Drive shaft, it's a drive shaft. The rear end, obviously, like as mentioned, Facebook Marketplace for that 8.8 rear end. Me personally, I want to give me a built Foxbody, but the 8.8 rear end is very common. You can find them on Ford Explorers at the Junkyard. Like at first when I heard it, when I was a lot younger, they were a lot more common, but 8.8 rear ends are really beastly. Like they're good for roughly 11 to 1200 horsepower. We didn't even get into the point of gutting the Foxbody and putting the frames in. I said the frames in and getting it supported with an HRA, like drag chassis cage, whatever you want to call it. But after that, you obviously may want to convert from drums to maybe a disc brake, and obviously we're going to get a big fat tire in the rear end. What I would say roughly 17 to 15 inch in that range, so you can have a thicker wall tire. And Viking shocks for suspension. I know that's very common. A lot of people, it's almost like the new BMW platform, where you just downpipe tune. For Foxbodies, it's literally TH400, 8.8 rear end, and Viking shocks all the way around. They're just very good shocks for what it is, and in the drag racing world, they're pretty common because they were really good. Next thing, last but not least, would be obviously the safety equipment. You obviously want to have a racing helmet, seat belts, like proper seat belts in race, because in drag racing there is no you really want to take off all the weight, so probably there's no airbags in your car, but obviously you want the emergency switch in the back of the car. Parachute, if you're running like less than 9 seconds, in my opinion, it's probably not common and not needed for everyday car, but parachute just if you're going super fast. But that is pretty much my summary on how to build a very good, cost-effective Foxbody Mustang. What do you think about it? How would you change it? What would you pick? Would you still go with a Foxbody Mustang after everything I said, or would you go with something different? And you may see one on my channel soon. Don't know, because I'm still thinking about a lot of cars to buy and what I want to get into next, because I need a secondary car for this Camaro.